Come here now, girl.
Hello and welcome to WhatsMap, your one-stop shop for everything workshop. I'm BonBonB and you're very, very welcome. Well, it's Tuesday's request day. Today's map was requested by the creator over on Twitter. At Edge of the Sofa is the handle you're looking for if you wanted to do the same. The creator has had a good stab at making a big city build map, and there are some really interesting design aspects in this map when you consider
it's my first map.
That's right. So yes, plenty of little secrets tucked away here and there as well. So yeah, if you're looking to do a big city, this is one to consider. But first of all, could you consider doing this? That's right, hitting that notification bell really does remind you whenever I upload a new video. Thank you very much for your support. Today's map is My Brometown by Brom. Brom is the name, and Brom is where the heart is. Let's have a little look at that start square. Yeah, we've got definitely some pre-built networking going on there as well, including a big rail hub even. Yep, that's your terrain heights. It's pretty flat throughout, and if we have a look at the resources, big strong splodges. The ore is mostly outside, as is the oil outside the 25 tiles. So you might want the 81 tile mob for that. There's your fishing if you have Sunset Harbour. A lot of salmon going down the river. And then off to the workshop. What do we need? Well, it's a mass transit map. You will need mass transit for this one. We're also using network extensions to update it for Sunset Harbour. And the ultra low tri trees. Those be the things you'll need today. The 81 tile mod is recommended, as is Traffic Manager. We'll be using the Clara map theme and the Clara LUTs. Although they're not actually linked in on the workshop page, they are in the description and it doesn't take too much to search for them. But I would say a link to those two pages would be a little bit helpful. Now the trees are ultra low tri, so they're actually probably more efficient on the system than the vanilla trees that come with the game. So credit for that. We've used them liberally. I mean, we've got some pretty strong forests going on, and well, I will talk more about the forests later. Let's have a look at the road and the rail network. Now, the road and the rail network, well, you'll notice that the roads are elevated at ground level, and while that's not completely throughout the map, it is through most of the map. And the rail, well, the rail running with the road, we're going to do the road and the rail in one shot today, rather than come back and do the rail separately. So, what we have with the networking is first of all, some very strong intersections. I think the intersections are a good point on the map. We've got there the road and the rail. The rail's got these lovely, these strong junctions that work really neatly, and the roads are fine. The roads are fine. Although you might see a little bit of segment breaking as we push on, just clips out every now and then. Some of the segments are a little bit on the long side, which means that they can just clip out as they go out the centre of view. You'll see more of that a bit later on. I'll make it a little bit more obvious. I mean, we skipped over that. A few of you might wonder what I was talking about. But yeah, we'll see more of that and much more strongly a little bit later on. But yeah, some elongated segments that don't really need to be. Yeah, again, this is a wishbone intersection, not the vanilla. It's very slickly done. The intersection work on today's map, while the intersections aren't necessarily the most imaginative, but they don't need to be. Why would you make an imaginative intersection when a wishbone will do? But they are good, they're strong, and they're fine. Yeah, elevated at ground level roads, I don't know. I don't see the advantage of it, but I guess it makes it easier if you want to just use Move It to elevate them up for any reason, I guess. Next intersection here, another swooping. Again, another strong intersection. Again, if lacking a little bit of imagination. There you go, a little bit more of clipping out of these segments. Like, look at the length of this segment here. If we come in really close to the, there you go, clips out again. And look at how far we are between pillars. That's more than 5 meters there. A little bit longer than it really needs to be. But yeah, other than that, some fine work. Fine work indeed. And of course, if you're saving on segments, you're saving on nodes as well. And if you're going to do a big city map, then you're going to want nodes and segments in your city centre. So I guess there's an argument for it there. Although I feel that you probably would... yeah. Well, why are we saving on them right now? Now, I've just put the terrain lines on here so we can have a little look at this. See how we got perfectly flat land, and then we just got these 2 little divots, one there, one there. That's to allow the rail to go into a tunnel. Now, you may ask, why is the rail going into a tunnel when the road is staying at ground level? Well, there's a whole host of secrets going on with today's map, which we'll come back and talk about a little bit later on. I'm not really buying into it, even with the secrets, which will be revealed later. Nice intersection here. I've got to say, I think my favourite one here with the oval about in the middle. Still would rather it was at ground level. Well, the ground level bits anyway. And then out here, we finally reach ground level right here as we go in towards the city centre. Let me just switch the lines of terrain back off again. So yes, this road's going to loop around, and this is part of the map that I could just live without, to be honest with you. These roads going through what is blank landscape. Now, I know it's to help you build your big grid city, and that is what the aim is for, and a few of you are going to like it for this, I think. Elevated at ground level again, down to a ground level roundabout, to an elevated at ground level slip road, and a tunnel going underneath the roundabout. It's a mix and a mash, and again, I think some of you might like it, and some of you will hate it. But hey, we're all allowed opinions. It's not something that I'm big on. Big old bridge. I'm big on big old bridges, and this is the one where you're going to actually see a little bit of clipping out quite heavily here. Again, this is a little bit stretched out. I would like to see, there you go, just you can see the whole edge of the map, just like the edge of the bridge, not map, popping out there. And you can see the same on the other side, maybe. Yeah, just there. Just up. There you go. Yeah, so just stretching those segments just can cause a little bit of pop out. Then we have roundabout. This is your start square area, by the way. We have made the start square, and that's where you get. Do you feel inspired by that? If you do, you're going to like today's map. If you don't, then you're going to be bored by today's map. I think there's no middle ground. Then we have the roundabout with the two-lane roads coming on. You look at this and go, hang on, this is weird, BonBonB. No, it's not. This is good. This is strong work right here. Because what you've got is you've got 2 strong roads that are going to handle a lot of traffic. One goes down to this rail hub right here. The other one scoots right over that rail hub over to the highway. I'm going to come down and have a quick look at the rail hub for you, because I'll be doing the road and the rail together as they're all tucked in and tied in together. And I would say that's pretty good. It does absolutely nothing for me in terms of inspiring me personally, but they're all different sorts of players, and there are going to be a few of you that want to do a big city build and are looking at this going, I could build something mammoth. I could do a 1 million population city in there, and you could very easily do a 1 million population city. Oh, hello, an encroaching tree. There you go. That's your first downer on the old detailing. Just a little one there. Road and rail heading off and around. And then we've got another little bit of a rail tunnel going on here, where you would say, why? And I would say, because of secrets. If you've been watching the show long enough, you'll have an idea what the secrets might be. But yeah, they're fine. They're fine secrets. I don't mind secrets. Another very slick looking intersection going on here. There is one where I thought for a moment that the road was going a little bit, sorry, the rail was going a little bit too low over the road. And I went in close and I was wrong. I haven't found it on the flyover you're seeing now, but it's irrelevant because I was wrong, so you can ignore that. Again, rail over highway here is pretty slick with the way that it's all been done. In fact, the whole thing is quite slick indeed. Pillars encroaching onto the highway a little bit, but not onto the highway itself. I think if that was at ground level, it wouldn't look quite so odd as it does like that. And then we have our final intersection here. This one will loop over and towards the big old bridge in the other side of the map down there, and back to where we were earlier. And then if we head off this way, we reach the edge of the map with one last little bridge here. This is high enough. Again, it looks low. It's not. It's perfectly high enough for the traffic. But we do have some more encroaching foliage down here, just to tie things off, just when we thought it was all going well. That's all you get on the map in terms of encroaching foliage. Sorry to let you down, tree lovers. Anyway, we'll take an intersection. We'll take an intermission. And we'll come back in a moment with the shipping.
Are you fed up with random vanilla buildings spawning in random locations? Do you want a specific type of building in a particular zone? Then you need the beginner's guide to theme management. Click the information button below.
And so back to my Brometown by Brom, and we have shipping routes, and mostly they're strong. We can loop in this way, and it loops into the harbour area. We get a couple of dead enders over there, and then we get one that goes through the big old bridge, right through the middle of the big old bridge, and goes up a decent length of the river. I like that work as well. And then we have another one that loops over this way, and it does loops over this way, off to the edge of the map on the right there, edge of the map over here. Don't really know what this loop here does, so not that that really matters that much, but yeah, it's something. Water flow is strong on the map. We've got some strong rivers. I would say not necessarily inspiring rivers, but they're not ugly rivers in any way, shape or form. I'm going to say they're stock rivers. They're fine rivers. There's nothing wrong with the rivers at all. They're just not the pretty ones. But not every river is pretty, as some of you will know from the river running through your neighbourhood probably. Anyway, let's have a quick look at some of the secrets. Well, let's start off with the secrets. Okay, so if we look underground here, it's not a straightforward rail. We've got a crisscross, allowing the rail to switch sides, and then we have another rail line that nips off over here and emerges over here and ties up over here. And then we have, this is your rail hub with a few underground little things going on there as well. And this one over here, all this does is just allows the rail traffic to crisscross over itself. I don't know. I mean, maybe it needs to be. I haven't played this particular map. Maybe it needs to be. But I don't find the hiding it underground really does anything for me. I don't know that it adds anything to the map, the fact that it's all hidden. But anyway. The beaches, it's a big old beach. That's a very wide beach, but it's within the game terms. It's fine. We have the Essential Lighthouse. Doesn't she love you? Have you got your Essential Lighthouse t-shirt yet? Head on over to my Teespring. You'll enjoy your Essential Lighthouse t-shirts. Here's that big old bridge, and well, this is a big old monstrosity of a bridge, isn't it? In all the best ways. So I call it a monstrosity, but it is a strong bridge. No complaints with that at all. Then we have the harbours. The pre-cut harbours are fine. A little bit of glitching through from the terrain. That is really hard actually to get exactly right in the map editor. You have to go between the map editor and the game engine several times to be sure that you have actually got all that behind the harbour. It's a tricky thing. And then you have all of this buildable space in the middle of the map. So yeah, big city. I'm not sure about all these pre-built roads, so I'd rather be inspired by some tree lines or maybe some field painting. But hey, that's just me. That's just a personal shout. Anyway, let's have a look at resources. This isn't beach over here, by the way. This is oil. If you're using the 81 tile mod, you'll have access to a lot of oil. It's a big bank of oil, and it won't inspire some of you, but it's there if you're looking just to do huge oil grid industry. Do the same with the fields over here. This is all fertile land at this section. And if we have a look over here, you'll find some trees. Big bank of forestry. It's all big blocks of stuff. So if you're looking to do a big city, you can do that. We've even got blocks of ore. Slightly smaller with the ore, but they are blocks and they are flat, pre-cut here into the mountains. Again, some of you are going to love this. Some of you will. I mean, it does 0 for me, as do trees that are having to wear their trunks. I mean, come on. That slipped through the old... how did you miss those? I don't know. Trees in the road is one thing, but trees in the river? Nah, never mind. Yeah, it's a strong map. It's a bold map. It's a map with plenty of room for a massive city. Like, I mean, this rail hub really does add to it. And that is a big plus to the map. Also, a little plus would be a little asset of the day. This is a lovely little thing, I've got to say. I have actually started recording from the back of the building in error. This is the back. You'll see the front of the building in a moment. It's just another residential by, sorry, 28, number 28, by HypoSim. I can't believe I've missed 27 of these things. So did we do like a number 7 or something at one point? Anyway, I love this shape. I love the design of this building. I even love the little doormat on the front. Loving the vent above the garage as well. It's all good work. And factoids, because factoids. There are only 2 words in the English language which end in the letters S-H-I-O-N. S-H-I-O-N. 2 words. I'll give you the answer in a few moments. Ooh, croaky croak. Sorry about that. I'll try not to croak on you before the end of the show. Yes, I just love this. I love this little building. I'm going to have to check out some of their... go over to their workshop and see what... Because if all of their buildings are like this, you're going to have a really smart-looking town. Just another residential, number 28 by HypoSim. Today's asset of the day. Yeah, the answer to the factoids will be coming along in... we'll do it in the closing credits. Right, okay, so... bold, strong, big build space. Lots of build space. Not sure I'm buying into the roads in the build space, but hey. Let's set the camera down here somewhere. Should get a strong screenshot about here somewhere. What do you think of today's map? Is it a 1-star map? Is it a 5-star map? Is it somewhere in between? Your vote really does count. We use it at the end of the month for the Viewer's Choice Top 10. Will this be one of the top 10 maps of the month? Only you can decide. Click the I button now in the top right hand corner of your screen. It will take you to the voting page where you can vote for free. But what do I think of today's map? Well, the aesthetics is for me the hardest part. Yeah, a Clara is mentioned, but it's not linked. But I don't think I can really mark it down for it. It's kind of yes and no. I'd like to see it linked. That said, the design it's a bit meh, isn't it? It's all about building a big city. It's not about aesthetics. I'm going to go down the middle. It's not an ugly map, but it doesn't really do much for me either. It's 3 stars. Detailing, we've got some really strong intersections. Beyond that, there's not really too much to talk about. I'm gonna go for a middle high 3. It's fine. I think the score comes in gameplay potential. I'm gonna go for a middle 4. Because I don't find it inspiring. The inspiration would push it closer to 5 stars. There's nothing wrong with it. It's going to be a perfectly good map for a big city build, and some of you are going to love it for that. My Brometown by Brom. That, for a first map, is a very bold venture. For me, like I say, it just lacks that inspiration, that thing that says, I've got to play this map. Also, while we're in the closing credits, cushion and fashion. There's your answers. Right, okay, if you're still here, you're part of the 20 and out elite. Use the word of the day into the comments to score some population points just for fun. Nobody really cares about the population points. It's just about getting the word in the credits. And I'll be back tomorrow with another map in the What's Map series. Have a great day, and I'll see you very, very soon.